Welcome, everybody. I'm Mike Brenner. This is Sports Book Review. I'm back with the odds couple, even though Pistol Pete is not here today. I'm talking to Mark Lathrop. We're talking about the bowl game, the Pinstripe Bowl. That's right. It's played in Yankee Stadium. And if you all remember, Mark Lathrop did a video with Pete and I last week on that Southern Mississippi game. I'm telling you, that was a great call. He said he would bet it all the way up to 7, and that's where it landed. They covered. They were up by 7 at the end of the game. And first and foremost, Mark, great call on that, because at bowl time, to break down a game like that and have it just totally work out the way you thought it would, all right, that goes a long way. How's everything going your way right now?
Oh, it's been going great. You know, I've been paying attention to the weather a bit. Got a couple undercalls. If you guys, readers were out there just reading my articles, nailed some unders on the New Mexico Bowl and Las Vegas Bowl. I mean, it was the same weather system, so I'm just hammer the under and just go for it. And those both paid out, so things are going really well for bowls so far this year.
Well, that's great to hear. All right, well, here's an interesting one. Played in New York, Pittsburgh against Northwestern. Now, Pittsburgh, 8-4 on the year, 5-5 against the spread. They're coming off one of the largest wins, if not, it might have been the most points scored in FBS history, 76-61. All right, they beat Syracuse. They were averaging 10 yards per play. This team just really seems to have picked up steam after that big win against Clemson. They then pounded Duke. What are your thoughts on this going up against Northwestern? All right, 6-6, but 7-3 against the spread. I'm looking at 5.5. Where do you think the angle and the edge is for our viewers, Mark?
Well, when I look at this game, I look at two teams with really vastly different ceilings of play. You know, you see Pitt, and yeah, they knocked off Clemson, and they beat Penn State as an actual listed favorite earlier in the year, and they're coming up against Northwestern, who got beat by an FCS team. So I say, you know, if both of these teams bring it, as it said, Pitt's got the great advantage in this game. The only shot I see Northwestern having is if they slow down James Conner, who declared for the NFL draft. So that's not going to be easy. They give up 137 yards per game against Pitt, so I think 230 plus per game. But when you look at that strength versus strength matchup, Pitt's got the upper hand. First of all, James Conner, you know, you look at these some of these games and you're looking for motivation, especially, you know, it's December in New York City, so the weather might not be, well, you know, you're not at the beach or anything like that. But you got this running back, comes back after beating cancer. He's declared for the draft. He's not going to be doing the Stanford thing like McCaffrey. He's already said he's going to play, and I really see him, you know, be putting on a show in this game against Northwestern and really play inspired football. Then they also have a QB that takes care of the ball, which is going to be good if the weather's an issue. You know, he's 26-6 TD interception ratio, and Nathan Peterman. So play action could be a great benefit for them. And you're right, their offense is just smoking hot. It's so hot that their offensive coordinator just got hired by LSU. As a lateral move, but he will be coaching in this game as well.
Yeah, and I saw that as well, and, you know, I was a little puzzled by it, even though, you know, it's a step up from Pitt. He's going to be taking on the same job at LSU, and rightfully so. This guy's done a great job. You know, James Conner, he ran for 20 TDs this year, and as you said, he has every bit of momentum. This guy is playing with a chip on his shoulder, but in a good way. And I look at Northwestern, Mark. They've lost 3 out of their last 5. I know they played Ohio State and they played Wisconsin pretty tight, but the bottom line, I don't see any consistency. I just think the edge myself is with Pittsburgh, because when you got momentum flowing like that, and then you've got a running back declaring for the NFL, he is going to want to shine. All right, what's the best shop line you found for the viewers, and where are you going to lay your money?
Well, it's sitting at 5.5 right now, and I'm looking at that full game line. I'm also looking at Pitt halftime line, just because they start so hot. They score an average of 24.4 points per game in the first half against Northwestern, 11.3. And so I see them starting hot. And, you know, Northwestern's not built to come from behind either. That's why I'm okay on the full line. So right now I'm on them for sure for the full line minus 5.5, just like the call with Southern Miss, as long as it doesn't go above 7 points. I'm fine laying that there. I'm going to stay away from the total. That's the highest total listed for either team this season, even though Pitt's hot. I just can't play it until you see what the weather's going to do.
Yeah, I like your thoughts on the total, and I also like your thoughts on the first half. That's what I do. I handicap most of my stuff on the first halves. I really think there is an edge because I dug deep into this, and Pittsburgh does. They love starting early, and when you're coming off a high-scoring game like that, even though there's a length of time they're not playing between games, I still think they're going to be amped up and ready to go. All right, viewers, you heard it. Mark Lathrop, he likes for sure Pittsburgh -5.5 on the full game, and he also likes that first half -3, which I'm jumping on as well. And don't forget, he was absolutely just on point with Southern Miss, and I don't think this is going to be any different. All right, Mark, and also your Twitter handle is at M Lathrop. That's LATHROP, the number 3. Is that correct?
That's right. Most of my picks are posted. I'm smoking hot in college basketball right now. I think I'm 70%. So.
Well, fantastic, 70%. I'll tell you what, I'm going to send your handle out to my Twitter followers, and if you would, during the bowl season, send out some of those tweets that will help our viewers, all right?
Go to SBRodds.com. Browse, compare, and shop live odds available at top online sportsbooks.